All right, so NBA free agency is slowing down. Whole world is waiting on Kevin Durant. Where he gonna go? What's gonna happen with that nonsense? But you know, don't know what's going on. Why it's taking so long? If it'll even happen? At this point. But while everybody waiting on that, I'm gonna do my top NBA players. I didn't rank them like 1 through 20 of that because I mean it's kind of hard. I mean what's the difference between 4 and 7? It's kind of nitpicking at that point. So I put them in tiers. Kind of broke it down where you have a S tier, that's the players, an A tier, and then a B. We're not doing C. You could put 30 players in the C tier. At some point, you gotta separate guys. That's what I think you gotta do. Guys reach a certain level, a certain plateau, you get separated from everybody else. So first, in the B tier category, Jimmy Butler. He got he led them to the finals a couple years ago in Miami. Great defensive player. And for some reason, playoff Jimmy is way better than regular season Jimmy. Way better shooter. All of a sudden, he can shoot in the playoffs. But he's a great defender, great leader, type of player you win championships with. Jimmy Butler. Trey Young. Uh, he's got some flaws and some his size is gonna always hinder him in this game, but he's in the B tier. DeMar DeRozan. I got Kawhi, Damian Lillard, Carl Towns, Kyrie. Kyrie's in the B tier. Paul George. Now Kawhi, Paul George, Damian Lillard, they in the B tier. They didn't play this year. I mean, they very easily, A tier players, but they didn't play at all this year. We didn't see them at all. Now Kawhi's resume, he's a two-time defensive player of the year, two-time Finals MVP. He's a A tier player, obviously. But him, Paul George, they didn't play this year, and they were younger guys who stepped up and kind of put themselves at another level. Kyrie played, somewhat, but Kyrie, he's in the B tier because he annoys me. So he's obviously he could be an A tier, but he's in the B tier. Zach LaVine is very underrated. I think Zach LaVine, I think Zach LaVine could lead the league in scoring type of player. Bradley Beal, Pascal Siakam, Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis too with injuries, probably could be a higher, but that's those are the B tier players to me. And obviously Kawhi, Paul, Kyrie, Dame could be higher, could be in that A tier, probably will be next year if they play most of the year and do what they normally do throughout the year. Yeah, those are A tier players. You know, Kyrie has a championship, but for last year and everything else he got going on, he's in the B tier. Anthony Davis injuries, and just I don't know. It's just always something with that guy. Pascal Siakam, a very underrated player. Got off to a slow start, but he's a very underrated player. I put him in the B tier. Bradley Beal did not have a good year compared to the last 2 years. He was really off. His shooting was down, like, and but the Wizards just paid him. I believe, just signed 250 million. He gets back to what he was 2 years. He definitely not A tier, but he's definitely a solid B tier player. Now we move to the A tier players. These are guys who are top 10 bona fide, no doubt about it. Devin Booker, one of the best young players ever. Devin Booker like 23 years old. That's 23, 24 years old. He's been in the league for 6 years. He's like 24. It's crazy. So much more room to grow and get better. Great shooter, great mid-range shooter, but probably I think needs to another level of his three-point shooting, get to that 40%. Really take off with that. Shoot more. He could be he's a great shooter, but they're like his percentages are never really great at that. Not enough attempts. Better get into the free throw line. Become a dominant player. And John Morant, big league, he was the most improved player. I don't know why. He was most improved player. Okay, but yeah. John Morant, young, athletic dude, almost unguardable at times in the playoffs, getting against Golden State. Jason Tatum is young, got a lot of room to grow this game. He needs to work on his shot and just like finishing at the rim. I don't think he's really good at finishing at the rim. I think he just kind of throws his arms up and hopes to get calls, and he doesn't get those calls. But he's got a lot of room to grow, but he's at a level. Yeah, I put him in that top 10. Joel Embiid, the best offensive big man in the league, best scoring big man in the league, dominant player, but just something missing. It just hasn't happened for him yet. It hasn't gotten to that next level. Hasn't gotten to the finals. Hasn't. Maybe James Harden help him out, but it's not there. Jokic, 2-time MVP, back-to-back MVPs. And the numbers he put up this year, I think he had 2,000 points, 1,000 rebounds, 500 assists. He carrying the team the last 2 years. Luka could be the best friend of the league. And for Luka, I think the number one thing for him is getting in shape, man. Like, I don't know what it is. European players, like, they don't lift weights. Like, come on, man. Like, the last 2 years, he's come out of shape, man. And it reflects in his play early in the year. The last 2 years, he's struggled. But, like, he get his body right, get off that fat. He's a fat boy. Now, look at Jokic. Jokic 2 years ago. How different his body is now. 3 years ago, probably. How different his body is now. He's a better player for it. Luka get in shape. Dallas, one of the slowest paced teams in the league. Like, they don't run. They don't push the ball. Luka fat butt, walking the ball over down the court. Like, dude, push the ball sometimes. Get some easy buckets. Everything can't be in the half court. But you got to be in better shape, man. Because his game will, he don't even know how good he'll be. He tone that body up. Get that right. And A tier. S tier. S tier players are, they're the best players in the league, man. They've done it all. Championships. Got Kevin Durant. Even at his age, 34, going on 35. I think he was 34. And all the drama going on, no matter what team you put Kevin Durant on any team in this league, he plug and play. You put him on any team, he fit any team, any style, any system. He gonna get his. He can't get his. Obviously, went to Golden State Finals MVP, scoring titles, regular season MVP. He's clearly top 5 in his league. I put LeBron on there because of who he is, but he was not an S tier player last year, regardless of the stats. They didn't have Anthony Davis, but him and Westbrook played enough games together. Like, they played plenty of games together to be more than 500. They're two Hall of Famers on the court. You can't get the 500. And he was clearly chasing the scoring titles. Stat padding most of it. His man Brian Windhorst been with him since Cleveland. From his rookie year, Brian Windhorst knows LeBron. He knows his people. He gets information from them. He even said he was chasing that scoring title last year. So them stats don't mean nothing. 38. But, he is who he is, so that's why he's sort of on the list. Sort of. Giannis, championship last year, MVP. Giannis is 27 years old. He already got 2 MVPs, Finals MVP, Defensive Player of the Year. He's the best player in the league. He just is. All those accomplishments, everything he do, he getting better. He's 27 years old. That's crazy. And Steph, man, Steph's the best. Steph is crazy. And you look at the regular season, Steph had probably one of his worst regular seasons ever. Did the playoffs? Didn't matter. That team, what they do, how they built around him, and how he... Steph is the best teammate in the NBA. Steph Curry is the best teammate in the NBA. Like, none of these players on this list you could find will set screens for their teammates the way he does. And not a pick and run or ball screen. Off ball screens. Like, he sets screens to get Clay open, to get Clay shots. scoring titles, MVPs, championships, Finals MVP. I mean Steph Curry. So those are your S tier top of them. You can't dispute, you can't debate it. Steph Curry, Giannis, KD. Those are the best players in the NBA. That's my list. So, it ain't perfect, but yeah, I think it's pretty. I think that's a pretty accurate assumption of the best players in this league.